So this gonna be pretty quick. This is random thoughts, real quick. Uh, yeah, I was just getting ready to work, getting ready to head out, and I said I have a few minutes. It's my science, so excuse it. But I just took my medicine. Uh, but I was just thinking about how I was just listening to this song, and I was watching one of his interviews. He was talking about how why he's pro life. And I was just thinking about that, how he said that he's married to a woman of God who was adopted when she was 2 weeks old. And so, but also I'd be thinking about, I was putting two to two together because I was thinking about how, that's powder, y'all. I was thinking about how 130 some million babies are born every year. If 130 some million babies died, they would all go to glory. And I was thinking about how 134, it's 133 plus, but approximately 134 billion babies, they remind me of little cherubs. If they, that's 100 million babies that's in the army of God. The 1-year-olds in the army of God. The 100 million plus that were born the year before, 2-year-olds. These children, they are sent from God. They are gifts from God, and just to know that God knew them before they were even formed, lets us know how precious they are. And in my mind, they remind you of cherubs. And in the Bible, cherubs represent the presence of God. I'm trying to rush this because I only got a few minutes. And so just imagine all the angels on the earth. If that's a big if they are actually cherubs, if they, the little babies, the 6 months, 9 months, you know what I'm saying? But the reality is that these are all innocent, pure individuals that God knew before He gifted those individuals with those people. And we stacked on the earth, y'all. We got so many hundreds of millions of people who are for God or in the army of God. But anyways, back to that. When you choose to commit abortion, you are killing an innocent life. That seed or whatever it's called in there, it's breathing. It's breathing. It has an invisible heart that is causing it to breathe. It is born. It's basically it's being housed in that individual until its full development. But it is a living, breathing soul, a living, breathing life. So when you commit abortion, you're killing someone. You're committing murder, and you're killing someone that God knew before he allowed that person to enter into your body. So let's think twice before we commit abortion. Let's not be selfish when it comes to committing abortion. I thought He loved me, and I hate to say this, even the people who are that's been going on since the beginning, and God is going to punish those people who do such things. But don't give up on that child. Don't give up on God's plan for that child. That child could come. Was probably born for such a time as this, for such a time as whatever assignment God has called them to. Maybe for just you. How about that? Maybe if their existence was just to be a blessing to you as an individual, as their parent. But that our person, I don't encourage doing wrong to nobody, because you reap what you sow. But don't take it out on innocent victims, because he made a really good point. His name is Bryson Gray. I love his music. He is one of the realest Christians, in my opinion. I know I have been let down by some. Trust me, even couples. I don't even listen to certain people no more, because it's just a facade with some of these people. This one was said, if you ain't got to find out what's whose riches by looking at people or watching them. Just read Jude 1 and Ephesians, I forgot. But I'm like, these people are lying in the name of God, and you're going to reap what you sow one day. We don't play around. We don't play around. We ain't trying to play games with you, God. You know exactly what you're doing. And God had to get me to that point. So I just wanted to say, because I got to go, but let's think twice. Hopefully this message is for somebody before you decide to abort a life, a God-given life. Because some people can't have children, and they just wish that they could have children. But you are blessed with a life, a living, breathing soul is in your body, and so let's take things, let's take God's advice very very seriously, and I pray that you all have a blessed day today. I pray that this word encourages someone. This is just my random thought. I forgot certain things. I might speak about it a little later, but God knows what He's doing. You know, what He creates. The devil can't create. That's why he has to come up with ways to try to get us to ruin our lives in heaven, or God's invitation for humanity as far as living with Him in heaven. He has to come up with ways, because he doesn't have control over all humanity. His goal is to deceive the whole world, but he has to come up with ways to do that, because his power is limited. So one way he can try to go against God is by trying to convince people to kill who God knew before they actually are formed and born upon this earth, if that makes sense. So I gotta go. God bless you, and I pray that that everybody just be patient, seek God, and in Jesus' name, I love you with the love of God. God bless.